Hey guys, welcome back to 90 Feet From Home. I'm your host Ashley, and today we're going to talk about saves. Right off the hop, and I know most baseball writers I know are going to want me to lead with this, saves don't matter. I know they're a stat. I know they look good in a column, people will bring them up, but just like wins, they are not actually a measurement of a player's quality. I hope by the time we get to the end of this episode, you'll understand why they're not exactly a measure of skill so much as circumstances. There are a few requirements that need to be met in order for a pitcher to qualify as having a save in a game. That pitcher must finish a game that is won by his team. He cannot have started that game. He is not the winning pitcher. And a note on this. In brief, the winning pitcher is whoever was on the mound for the winning team in the half inning prior to them taking the lead. So basically the pitcher of record when that team got ahead. That's it. Another reason that wins really don't matter, because the pitcher didn't really do anything to get the team ahead. They were just the last pitcher on the mound when the offense managed to get ahead. So you can see why wins are also contentious, but that is not the point of this episode. We're talking about saves. A pitcher who gets a save cannot also be the winning pitcher. To get a save, the pitcher must also have done at least 1/3 of an inning of work. This one I think I need to explain because innings are divided in half, the top half of an inning and the bottom half of an inning, but each half of those innings is then divided into thirds. And those thirds represent each of the outs in an inning. So the pitcher and the defense's goal is to get 3 outs in an inning. Each one of those outs is represented by a 1/3. If you see a pitcher having pitched 2 1/3 innings in a game, that means they pitched 2 complete innings with 3 outs and 1 out into the 3rd inning. So they were able to get out 1 batter somehow in that inning and then were removed before the inning ended. And another pitcher would then be credited with the remaining 2/3 of that inning, or a mix of pitchers credited with getting those batters out in that inning. So that's how the 1/3 thing, 2/3 thing works when you're looking at pitchers in a game. And to get a save, the pitcher must have at least 1/3, meaning at least 1 out in an inning. One of the 3 following things must apply in order for the pitcher to collect a save. The team must have a lead of no more than 3 runs, and that pitcher has to pitch at least 1 full inning. If he comes in, regardless of the count, with the tying run either on base, meaning the runner is already there, at bat, or on deck, meaning that they're the next person up to bat. Basically, if the tying run is anywhere near coming to the plate or already on base, and that pitcher comes in and is able to get out of that jam, that's what we call it, then that pitcher will be credited with a save. Or he pitches at least 3 innings. And that 3-run lead, the max 3-run lead, also still has to apply in all of these situations. Now, if a pitcher comes on and satisfies any of the above criteria, but does not finish the game, then he's credited with a hold, which is not an official stat, but it is something that people look at, meaning that he managed to maintain the team's lead enough to go to another pitcher, or at the very least did not give up the lead. Basically, it just means he was able to keep the team in a winning position and then pass the game off to another pitcher. If a pitcher comes in and there is a 3-run or less lead, or the tying run is on plate, and they allow that tying run or go-ahead run, meaning the opposing team is now ahead, then this is considered a blown save, meaning he does not get the save and he actually put his team in danger of losing or caused his team to lose. Now, funnily enough, a relief pitcher can blow a save and still be the winning pitcher for the game. As we previously mentioned, the winning pitcher is simply the pitcher who was on the mound in the half inning prior to when the team got the leading run. If a relief pitcher comes on for the save, gives up the tying or go-ahead run, and if the home team is able to come on in the bottom of that inning and win the game, then the pitcher who blew the save actually still gets the winning pitcher nod. Why wins are a silly, silly stat. And that is really saves in a nutshell. The pitcher with the most saves in the history of baseball is Mariano Rivera, who just last year was unanimously voted into the Hall of Fame, the first baseball player ever to receive a unanimous vote. I mean, we're talking like the likes of Hank Aaron and Babe Ruth and Ty Cobb. Best players in baseball, no one had ever received a unanimous vote until Mariano Rivera. He has the most saves in the history of baseball, unlikely to ever be rivaled by a player, at 652. Now, I know I said saves don't matter, but that is still a pretty impressive record. And there we have it, saves. It's So they may not matter, but now you know what they mean. Is there a baseball stat or term that you would like to see defined? Head down to the comments below and let me know. Do you think saves do matter? Feel free to tell me I'm wrong. Are you a big fan of the win? That's all right too. Head down to the comments and tell me so. I'd love to hear from you. Hit subscribe. If you could do me a favor and hit the like button down below. Ring the little bell to get notified every time I post a new episode every Tuesday and Thursday. As always, you can follow me online at 90 Feet From Home at Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. If there's stuff you'd like to see from me on Instagram, let me know, because quite honestly, I am mystified as to what I should be putting there for this channel. So let me know. I will gladly take any suggestions into consideration. Otherwise, that's it for another episode of Baseball Basics. This has been Saves. Have a wonderful day. Bye.